I'm Eric Singer, Gazette.com, and I'm here at Dove Valley with Broncos Future on the Road. Joining me is sports columnist and writer with the Gazette, David Ramsey. All right, first, takeaway from the Coach Kubiak being announced today here in Dove Valley.
Well, my first takeaway is there's so many questions about Gary Kubiak's health, after the collapse in Houston that many of us saw, and, that scared a lot of Broncos fans because Kubiak has a past here. So my first impression is that Gary Kubiak looks extremely healthy. He looks rested, he looks relaxed. He's comfortable talking about his health. You would never have thought, if you'd seen Gary Kubiak here for the first time today, that he had health problems. So that's one of the things that was maybe not banished from my mind, it's pushed way back to the back of my mind about Gary Kubiak. He looks healthy, and he also looks eager for this job. He was always kind of the Mr. Reluctant about head jobs. Turned down CU, turned down Texas A&M, his alma mater. He obviously really wanted this job. He's healthy enough for it. That's my first takeaway.
And John Elway talking about Peyton Manning, talking about calling him on the phone and saying, I'm a supporter, but I do have other guys on the roster who I also have to think about.
Well, the Manning question is absolutely massive. You can't overemphasize it. The Broncos have been to 7 Super Bowls. I want to remind you that for 6 of those Super Bowls, they've been led by a Hall of Fame quarterback in his prime. Elway first, and then Manning. So if Manning is not back, going to the Super Bowl becomes highly improbable. Highly improbable. So the Manning question is absolutely massive.
And then that other question someone asked was, that's always in the back of all of our minds, Brock Osweiler. Is he the future? And his reluctance when he talked to the press was John Elway saying, well, he hasn't had a lot of playing time.
Elway gave Brock Osweiler a kind of a modified endorsement, kind of a semi-endorsement. I actually was surprised by how strong the endorsement was. I'm not, at this moment in my life, a Brock Osweiler believer. That doesn't mean he can't shut me up and shut up hundreds of thousands of other people, other Broncos observers who doubt him. But at this point, I don't see the 6'8" Brock Osweiler, who maybe should have played basketball instead of football, as the answer for the Broncos. Again, this is early. He could shut me up, but I don't see it.
All right. Thank you very much, David. And, of course, there are a lot of questions still remaining. Of course, the future of Peyton Manning and what happens next on the roster. But one thing that has been decided, of course, is Coach Kubiak. We do have a new Broncos head coach. With Broncos Game Plan on the road, I'm Eric Singer, Gazette.com.